Palmer is the CEO of the Palmer Group and professor of advanced media in residence at Syracuse University's Newhouse School of Public Communications. He joins us live now from New York. There's so much hype over SpaceX. Just explain to us whether you think this company is going to live up to that hype. There's so much pressure just in terms of making sure that investors from this moment onwards do not focus on this company's current losses, but really focus on its future sort of profit-making ability. Give us your take, Shelly.
Look, the $1 trillion valuation is probably the headline, but I think the real story is that investors are trying to put a price tag on the future, and no one knows exactly what that future is worth, and that's the hard question. You're not buying one company with SpaceX; you're buying three companies, and the story that they're into, the space transportation, they're already the leader. Global telecommunications with Starlink, they're the leader. Critical national security infrastructure for so many countries, including our own. Potential AI infrastructure as a platform. And I guess you're buying the founder too. You're really buying Elon because he's got like something over 82% of the voting shares. So no board is going to be able to override him in practice. I mean, I guess they theoretically could, but practically they can't. So, you got to look at that and say, well, we're going to get to the future first. This is your investment in the future. Or is it properly priced? That's up to the retail investors to decide.
Yeah, and it's such an important point that you made. You're buying several different companies, but this is a sort of vertically integrated AI company, and that is why a lot of investors are bullish. I mean, you do have some people who think it is overpriced, it's too expensive, and there is hype out there, but a lot of people are bullish on that fact. And as you point out, they are investing in the founder himself, in Elon Musk's vision, and because of their SpaceX's sort of interplanetary goals, you can't really focus on sort of short-term financial success because you are investing and you're buying into the future, as you point out. So my question to you is, what does this moment mean for the sort of future wave of hopeful AI startups out there?
Oh, I think this is going to put some guidelines and give us a roadmap into what Anthropic or OpenAI are likely to experience. But very importantly, this is also very much a bet on Elon, not just a bet on the future. And will retail investors invest in Sam and Dario the same way? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I think we're getting an indication that the AI sector itself is got a roadway to the public markets. Interestingly, they've run out of private capital. And that's a little bit interesting. There's so much money required that they need to go to the public markets to get it. No one should be discounting that insight because it's not unique to me. It's pretty obvious. They could have raised more private money. They would have raised more private money. It's better for them because it's easier to run a company that's private than it is that's public. So going to the public markets, that's a big statement about where the capital needs to come from and how much money they actually need. All the foundational model builders who are likely to go public in the next year or so are in the same capital constraint.
And just in terms of sort of ordinary investors who want to get in on this space boom that we're seeing, who want to invest in it, but aren't really sure if this is the right way, what are some other alternatives out there for them?
So if you're investing in the future, that's a pretty easy thing to do. Investing in the future is picking your suppliers into that market and making sure that you're well diversified across those. I'm not giving investment advice. You should see your licensed professional financial investor for that. But in general, what this is, honestly, is an investment against telecommunications, which it really is. Starlink is extraordinary. And understand, SpaceX is not it's not a sole source provider for transportation into space, but I think something on the order of 80% of the launches are SpaceX at this point. So is that going to stay that way? You're making a bet there. They have done an incredible job with transportation. But remember, that's the foundational tool set. The real cash cow is going to be SpaceX. They've got 9,000 plus satellites in constellation around the Earth right now. And that's both a CDN as well as a communications network, content distribution network, as well as a communications network. And They are best positioned to bring you space and space to you. So if you're thinking that way, you'll make a determination whether that's a worthy investment or not, or if it's properly priced. But you got to say it's an exciting stock because the story is exciting. They're not the only exciting game in town. There are others.
Yeah, and we're looking at the price right now, just in terms of where things are at. And I assume that over the next few days, we will see volatility. We will see the price sort of go up and down. I mean, there is obviously a lot of excitement, but, I was reading today that there are a lot of sort of major investors who actually do believe that this is overhyped and far too expensive. They're not necessarily sure this is the right avenue for them. What do you make of that perspective?
It's sober. NVIDIA, in the height of its exuberance, was trading at 25x. We're close to 100x here. So this is way, way, way overpriced if you're looking at it, as many investors do. If you're looking at it as an optimist about the future, thinking about going to the moon, thinking about going to Mars, thinking about satellites, thinking about, putting in space stations and what is that, then it might be underpriced. It depends on your point of view. This is all in the eyes of the beholder here. Any sober investor would look at this and go, you know what, expect this thing to bounce up and down a little bit. All the retail investors are all excited right now. They're going to get in the market. We've seen this story before so many, many times. Again, what is the future worth? It's a hard thing for anyone to price right now. This is an unprecedented time. It's an overused word. But when you think about what's happening with AI writ large, and you think about the speed of innovation, and you look at the relentless pursuit of getting it done, like Elon's work ethic, you may like him or hate him. This is a guy who is absolutely committed to working 24/7, 365, and having everybody who works for him do the same. They are all about productivity. They're all about output. You have to respect that this company is not going to stop. In fact, no Elon company is ever going to stop until they are stopped by something else. They are just going to keep pursuing the future. So if that's where your head is, maybe it isn't overpriced. Again, this is a personal decision based on your risk profile. It has nothing to do with reality. It has only to do with how you see the future.
You're right about Elon's work ethic. I mean, it is unparalleled. I've met people who've worked for him in the past who have said that he will literally schedule meetings with other managers and other executives at his company at 3 a.m. He'll say, Shelly, let's meet at 3 in the morning to talk about XYZ. So there you have it. Unlike anybody else.